heute haben wir Dirk und Andi, die uns mal erzählen, wie es auf der SUGCON in Dublin war. Ich glaube, es gab viele spannende Themen und damit will ich auch gar nicht viel vorweggreifen. Ja, stage is yours.
Ja, erstmal auch herzlich willkommen von meiner Seite. Wir haben wirklich ein straffes Programm, deswegen wir werden keine Agenda haben, keine Einführung. Ihr kennt uns alle, ihr erreicht uns alle auf Social Media. Deswegen starten wir auch gleich durch. Ich fange mal an mit der Opening Keynote von CEO, gestern announced, ne? Wirklich CEO von Sitecore. Dave Flanagan, man sieht hier auch noch, der ist sehr bemüht, macht bis kurz davor noch seine Präsentation. Das größte Announcement war eigentlich ja Sitecore 10.4, kommt jetzt diesen Monat raus. Wem es vielleicht schon aufgefallen ist, die NuGet-Pakete sind schon verfügbar, aber der Download noch nicht. Ja, die haben viele Sachen optimiert, vor allem das Personalization Management, viele Integrationen, Sicherheit haben sie verbessert und über 200 Features und Enhancements. Also wir können gespannt sein.
Ganz kurze Unterbrechung, Dirk. Wir hätten jetzt einen englischsprachigen Mithörer. Hallo Freddy. Wollen wir doch wechseln?
Yeah, then let's do it in English. Hi Freddy.
Yeah.
The commitment from Sitecore that platform DXP will be supported a long time. So I will catch that up later. There will be another slide where we talk about that. They are already working on 10.5 and 10.6 will also come.
One additional thing, he has also spoken on the Sitecore Day in Cologne, and there were two things in common from the SUGCON and the Sitecore Day in Cologne. So he had the future will under three main words. It's about choice, simplification, and innovation. And this is on his roadmap for all the products. So not only simplification for the use of the products, also simplification and choice for customers, for the sales process, and all the things to give them a little push to make it easier to sell stuff, to give customer choice, what to use. And I think this is also a really important thing he announced. Okay, then we are on the first topic. The first thing after Dave was Pieter Brinkman. He showed an use case with a couple of products. So XM Cloud, Connect, and yeah, I think these two things were the main products he used. And he has done a live demo, so it was a tough thing. The idea was to create a raffle and create a form where participants can enter their data. Then the data is stored, but I show this in the next slide. Yeah, he created a form with the new form builder, where every participant can enter his data. The data was stored in JSON on a JSON storage, and after you have entered your name and surname, it's validated via OpenAI. That there are no, let's say, harassment stuff or things like this, so that you have entered really a name. The cool thing, all this is solved without any coding. It was with XM Cloud components. The QR code he has generated via a component. The form with the form builder, and the request to OpenAI and to save the data in JSON were solved by Sitecore Connect. And after he has created these things, every attendee could scan the QR code, enter his name, and yeah, the Wheel of Fortune took place, and they gave 3 giveaways. So we tried it 3 times, and it worked very well. What also was very nice at the end, he used Sitecore Send to mail the video of this complete track for YouTube. So he has connect XM Cloud and Send and show on a real world case how these products work together, and that was really impressive and worked quite fine. This is a very interesting slide. What you can see here for all these roles and tasks you have that have to be done, there's nearly no development necessary. So only for the custom component, the QR code component, development skills were required. The other stuff was solved without coding. The Wheel of Fortune, for example, was an React component. He downloaded somewhere else. I did not know where, and included this with very small adjustments in the JSON file. So that was quite easy. Yeah. And that was the Wheel of Fortune thing Pieter showed. It was really impressive. There is a short video on YouTube where you can watch this case.
Yeah, then I will take over. This was for us, and this will be for you the most important stuff. The future of development experience by Liz Nelson. This was really cool because there are many things happens at the Sitecore site. So they changed a lot in their development process, especially 3 key metrics: feedback loops, cognition ease, and flow state. This means the processes internally are totally renewed. So such things like error messaging, links into the docs are in place, and so on. She explained the happy and the unhappy path of the developer. This was really cool. Yeah, then the most important topic, and you will see that in many of the next slide, AI. The AI supported development is already here. So what can you do? Copilots, design to code, generative UI, framework to framework conversion. And they already have some techniques to support AI, like context storage, encapsulations, schema validations, mapping functions, unit E2E testing, code conformance, and streaming. These are the points which Andy figured out. So it's designed for simplicity, designed for exceptions, reduce the feature learning curve. This is very interesting because she said a new feature of a product should take a few hours. Learning all the features should take a few days. And this is also interesting. Products, docs, content, community, each should speak for itself. Yeah, and then evaluate features by the DevX matrix, and then action, effect, and feedback. Framework agnostic use of pages. This is a huge problem at the moment because if you're working on XM Cloud, you can't use pages right now on your local environment, and they want to move some of the services like from the JSS head starter kit. They want to move some services to the pages application. so that you don't need no longer a framework-specific component solution for visualization. Removes the course complexity, and the starter kit complexity is also reduced as well. Yeah, and here we go. Straightforward local development with pages. That's what I'm talking about right now. They try to achieve that pages will work for local development without ngrok, local containers, or local overrides to simply point pages on your local host. It should take, is the vision and their target, that it takes 10 minutes for a new guy to deploy the starter kit and edit code that works on pages on your local machine. Updated code first component, registration progress will reduce the need for local XM instance. Additional benefits from the work, pages will be faster and remove the course complexity. Also, great stuff, leaner, modern starter kits. They want to reduce here the complexity as well, and they want to simplify the build scripts generated from temp files and libs and move as much as possible into SDK utilities. Simplify upgrade patterns for customers and our engineers. So this is a win-win situation. An XM Cloud config for easy configuration with more options for many customer use cases, and style system agnostic approach to starter kit. Yeah, and a how-to content for building a starter kit in another framework. So most of the starter kits are right now NextJs, but we will later on see there are also ideas to do that with Astro. Here we go. As I'm talking about, yeah, there's also a community framework called Astro. This is open source. You can scan the QR code to get directly to the GitHub project from Astro, and yeah, they are aligned with the Sitecore roadmap. This is pretty cool. They provide architectural consulting, dedicated communication channels, and as I already said, active GitHub presence. So if you scan this QR code, you can follow the link and you will come over there. Yeah, and there was also a session about Astro, but I didn't attend it. I'm sorry. Yeah, open source. Our .NET Core SDK. This is also interesting. So Sitecore wants to open source their .NET Core SDK, and they are welcoming contributions. So we all can now be part to develop on the .NET Core SDK. Looking for out-of-the-box personalization support to the SDK. I'm interested in this part that the JSS strategy should make working in Blazor entirely possible. So that's what I'm talking about, to use other frameworks. So I'm really excited about if they make it possible to use Blazor as well. Yeah, there are some problems, and she talked about the proposed features. I don't want to get too much into that. Yeah, Kafka is difficult to test. They want to use that to move that to external data services, edge functions, and bring your own data source. Authoring APIs is also difficult to utilize without extensive Sitecore knowledge. Batch operations requires almost every time a developer. So they will create new APIs for sites, pages, components, and items, and open source SDK for common utilities. Yeah, this is interesting. You all may know the edit frames. This is not possible in XM Cloud right now. So the non-visual content in pages in the DXP platform, we used edit frame for this. This is not possible. So they wanted to provide a data view for editing field data and introduce field level data binding patterns. The application marketplace. So for third-party integrations, there would be a plugin architecture for application customization, and a third-party application marketplace. I'm really excited about this as well. Let's see what they come up with.
Yeah, then I take over to the first of the lightning talks. The lightning talk from Anna Pokorná from Actum was about Sitecore AI, the perfect match. They showed us the implementation of their AI chatbot. Why have they done this? Yeah, they want to help potential customers to find the content better than with a let's say, standard chatbot. So the chatbot should help potential customers to navigate to the desired content. They should provide information about the right salesperson when they have defined interests, and give information about the portfolio of Actum and the services they provide. Why AI chatbot, and why a chatbot in general? Yeah, 24/7 availability, availability in mobile devices, immediate response, and multilingual support. And this is a quite nice feature. I've seen several implementations or POCs right now where they used the open AI languages. So if you use OpenAI as an for the chatbot, for example, your website is only, for example, I think the Actum page is in German, Czech, and English, as far as I know. So expect there's something, I don't know, only Turkey language speaks. He can ask also the chatbot and get a response in the language you have written your question. And this is a quite nice feature. So you gain additional languages in the support for the chatbot. And to be honest, the user experience is quite better than with the normal scripted or more stupid chatbots where only scripted answers come back. So these kind of chatbots answer the thing in a more human-like way. You can ask questions which not can be handled by scripts, for example. And they have added additional features like you can schedule a meeting via chatbot. Like I mentioned, the localization support. You can have a summary of the content there, workflow automations, and stuff like this. So it's quite an enhancement. How have they have achieved this? Yeah, they scraped the data from all the brains, tried to write down the stuff in the storage, attached an AI search. Then they directed this to Azure OpenAI, where they have done the prompt engineering, and the result is on a deep chat client on their website. Prompt engineering was a separate step there. Here you have an example how such a prompt may look like. So it's not that easy to define very exactly what the users that the users get a good response by the AI chatbot. So this is quite a little bit of work. The costs are, for my opinion, very impressive. So the Azure OpenAI stuff only costs around about $360, $400. So that's not that much, and not a really high invest. Therefore, the goals you can achieve with this is very cool, in my opinion. What they want to implement in the future are skill advancement, so increased automation features, then autonomously sending emails via the chatbot, integration directly into the CRM. Then accessibility is a good point. So, you know, in 2025, we have to archive the accessibility on nearly all websites, and the career application stuff they want to improve more.
Yeah, so the next topic was achieving behavioral personalization with XM Cloud Plus. First, he introduced what is behavioral personalization as a marketing technique. So we want to assign attributes to pages, like you know from the XP platform with pattern cards and profiles. The demo was done on the SUGCON North American website, and he introduced 3 personas. And he added some attributes to the pages, so that they can trigger whenever you click a site. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He rebuilt, as you can see here, he rebuilt those personas and profiles, as you may know it from XP. He rebuilt it by himself. So he recreated all the stuff. He override the CDP page view with his own implementation to add additional arbitrary data. And you have to allow, this is the setting here, you have to allow web personalization set to true, that this works. In the demo, he showed how it basically should work. In personalized, he showed the experience, you can see it here, and the decision model, how he calculates the closest persona from a recordable. This code is available. So this is a formula. This is already implemented in XP as well. So he just added this to a programmable, which calculates the closest persona. Also, if you want to see how it works, you can scan the QR code. The second use case he showed was personalization in Sitecore search. So you can access the user profile by user file.v4 user profile domain ID. Then you can collect the Sitecore search user ID and store the guest context or pass it in the active experience. You could use Search React SDK. And now, if you have the ID, you can put that into a decision model. So I don't want to talk much more about that. It's all written in his blog post.
The trifecta of a successful Sitecore project was the next track on the plan. It was by Timothy Marsh and Beatrice Bobillon. I tried to make a bit faster through that because the key takeaways of this track was please use more and use an early stage the CSMs, the customer success management of Sitecore, include the partner technical advisory, and for all of us, I think partners are if you're not in a partner environment, be there for your customer and try to coordinate that these 3 things take place on a really early stage for your customers and for the project goals. So that was the key takeaways of this track, and they showed in one example what the CSMs and the PTAs have done, what was the responsibilities of them. Yeah, but that was it for this track.
Now a very interesting topic here. I think most of us are confronted how we transform or migrate to XM Cloud. This was a really interesting session. They also had multiple application, multi-site solution with multiple brandings, and it was a complex solution in Sitecore Managed Cloud. And they had an Azure subscription, and they said, no, we don't want to get away from our Azure subscription. So as always, you will hear that more often. Use the XM Cloud Starter Kit in NextJs, the head application, foundation head application. Always start with this, otherwise you will get into trouble. You are not able to share content in projects in XM Cloud, so they decided to put everything in one project, and they was focused to do everything in a local environment within Docker. They introduced atomic design. You may know if you do render atomic design in XP, it was always painful because you have dozens of renderings and the performance is really bad. But they introduced it in XM Cloud. It should be no problem. And they used Tailwind to set up the branding stuff. The funny thing is they had no knowledge about NextJs. So they just hired some guys, but those guys didn't know Sitecore. This was a problem. They added Storybook with mock data from Sitecore, where those front-end developers can build their own components, and Chromatic, where they can publish to. Seriously, I don't know Storybook before. I have to take a closer look on that, because this seems to me a very good approach, because the front-end developer build everything in Storybooks, publish to Chromatic, and they can review with the team. They put it all together in a mono repo based on Turbo repo version, and a future implementation of Figma is planned. Yeah, before everything was in a so-called poly repo, means every website app utils has its own repo. And you always have to switch to another repository when you miss something. And this is really important information, what they did, because if you have everything in a single place and you do an npm install, you will all know it. You will have a node modules folder in every own application. And the solution for that, I didn't know that as well, is npm workspaces. So you can refer with workspaces to a set of features within a single top-level root package, and you will only have one node modules folder on the root level. This is really amazing. So you just can do an npm install on the root level, and all the applications will be updated. This is really, really amazing. I didn't know about that. Yeah, and they use Turbo repo to build every app. Which has a file called build. So you just have to put in a file called build in the application root, and everything will be built. And it also allows to filter or remark caching. Means when one of the developers build the applications and another developer will build that again, it takes around 18 milliseconds. So you don't have to wait because it's remotely cached. These are the two takeaways. Look at npm workspaces, look at Turbo repo, and yeah, and afterwards they deployed it with the CLI to XM Cloud. This was really amazing. So one of the best sessions I attend.
Yeah, the next track was delivering unforgettable customer experience, mastering CX and personalization with Sitecore by Vaishali Dialani. And yeah, it was all about UX and the mindset about UX. So you have to keep in mind for each customer experience, it's not only one single point. So it's not only the website, it's the complete. So every touch point where a company interacts with an end user. So there are several possibilities. So the POS or point of sales, the sales guys afterwards, maybe contacts on an exhibition or stuff like this, and every of these touch points should be kept in mind when you build a customer experience, not only the single point where a user interacts with the brand. And from this point of view, she go a bit more in detail. So an experience is a couple of things. It's not only the experience. So, and a big part of an experience are emotions. So how you feel at the different touch points. So maybe you like the website of an brand, then you go to the shop to pick up what you have ordered, for example, and the pickup point at a point of sales is let's say really ugly customer experience because it's not solved very well. And so the website makes you feel very good, and you have good emotions to the brand. Then you go to the local store, and the emotions are completely destroyed because you don't think the complete line. And the thing is, you can't really do much at the integration point. The perception, how the customer sees the brand and what he feels, it's not that much in our hand. But what is completely in our hand is the personalization thing. And the main important thing is do data-driven decisions. 29% of customers are more likely to shop with brands that recognize, remember, and provide relevant offers. Was a statistic from Accenture. That's pretty much a high number of customers. And what she tried to tell is if you never use personalization, you're losing money in your business. If you have personalization but not leveraging it, you're also losing money. It's not the end of the point. You want to personalize with Sitecore and give customers best experience. So this is a circle which never stops. So never stop with leveraging the personalization stuff, and keep in mind the word personal is in the word personalization. So try to think like a customer.
Unveiling the future of platform DXP and managed cloud. This was also really interesting. Colin de Kempel is the product manager at Sitecore. These are really important commitments which Sitecore announced. So they are supporting platform DXP into 2032 and beyond. They committed to continually modernizing XP and its ability to orchestrate and connect across your digital experience ecosystem. And they committed to provide customers with alternative hosting solutions via managed cloud. This is the content lifecycle of XP, just that you can recognize this. Some features of 10.4. So this was really cool. What for me is really interesting is the analytics extractor. It's an BI integration, so you can extract your analytics to Power BI or whatever. SXA now supports the Tailwind grid system. There are several additional roads to do the more clarify setup of your roles within SXA. Sitemap improvements for multilingual sites. This is a pain point because we also have a customer with a huge amount of languages in his site, and the sitemap is always exploding. Yeah, Sitecore Connect for X-Connect is also a cool feature. Yeah, and many more. So XDB to CDP and Personalize. So you see they connect the products now to each other, and this is a really cool achievement. Over 200 customer issues solved. Sitecore Managed Cloud is also, I don't know if some of you is on Managed Cloud, but they are now compliant with the ISO standards. Single point of contact, so 24/7 support for issues and infrastructure, time to market, instant deployment, and reaching new markets instantly. Ease of mind, scale to support high traffic spikes and 99.9% infrastructure availability. And for sure, you can benefit from the Sitecore Cloud experts. They introduced Sitecore Managed Cloud Pass 2.0. The initial release was August 2023, and the major update was in March, and from now on they will update it monthly. Yeah, disaster recovery is now on 2.0. These are the key roadmap items which will be also interesting for you. So what is happening next with Core XM XP? AI content generation, refreshed editor UI with ongoing usability improvements, native user support to seamless switch from XM XP and SaaS capabilities, and tools to assist with code-based modernization. Site delivery, this will also be a topic later. The deployment is also a topic, but they will also want to achieve it to use Microsoft Fabric data and analytics support, faster edge publishing and layout management module, and for sure some integrations. As you can see, they are now connecting the products together. So there will be also a Sitecore search module for SXA. I'm excited about that. And Sitecore Connect module with marketing automation and forms. So this will be very, very interesting what they are coming up with. Yeah, AI content generation. AI is always the topic. There are some prototypes which they already did. I don't want to get too deep into this, so we will share the slides later on. So there are already prototypes which are integrated. The solution is always here, split UI from backend. This is the most important thing to make it possible, those AI strategies. They want to support Microsoft AI and bring your own key. Yeah, and there are main plans to integrate Gen AI or Microsoft AI into Sitecore.
Yes, I like this track, AI, the ultimate easy button, revolutionizing marketing strategy with Sitecore Content Ops Connect. That was really impressive. So what they want to achieve, they want the marketing easy button. So that was, they mentioned first, it doesn't look like that at the end, but very near, very close. So yeah, we already have the necessary tools to confidentially manage complex marketing stuff and this with Content Hub operations. So there is all in place to generate these marketing stuff, but you have to create it on your own. So that was what customers very often mentioned. They know they need to personalize, but they don't have the capacity to do that. Very often a common answer. But if you see these numbers, all of these marketers, all of these numbers are numbers when marketers use AI in whatever they do with it, for images, for texts, for social media, and so on. So it's quite a big amount of them which are already use this. So there is an AI generated CMO. Give me a control over the content planning and do it for me. So what they have done to create these easy button to create marketing campaigns. First of all, they have generated the strategy of the company, the mission, the vision of the company, and also the marketing themes. So this is the basic what they need to let's say feed the AI system to get an useful answer. That is what the easy button looks like finally in their approach. So they have a button, generate content, and in this, if you press this generate content button, there will be triggered an Sitecore Connect call. I show it after this slide, and they create campaigns, a mass production of campaigns. So they create campaigns for high value members, for new members, for Platinum Club members, and for new visitors, and for the different channels. So for blog, social media, email, and so on. And all this with one button press. So what they have done, they mostly solved the things via Sitecore Connect, generated a webhook to the AI. They get the brand tonality via HTTP, and they create variables for the audience identifiers, for the channel identifiers, for the brand tonality, and the stuff I have shown you in the slide before. Iterate via for each item through this audience and create the stuff. After that, they iterate through the channels and create the stuff for all the channels. And that was what the brand tonality document says. So you have to describe roughly what the mission vision for the company is, and pass this as a parameter to the AI. You have what the requirements were. You have one function call to generate this stuff and catch the audience stuff and the content development. After this, you iterate through the audiences you want to create this stuff, and you create the user prompt. In the user prompt, you have the prompt engineering stuff. So that was the briefing for the campaign. In this case, for example, for the Platinum Club member and the social media as channel, including the marketing goals and the campaign description. Then you parse, you catch this also in the Sitecore Connect and go next. So in particular, you have the three things you have to put together is the system prompt, the user prompt, and the variable with the brief, the content, headline, title, and the quotes. So then pass it in and create a variable. It looks after that. If you have a look on how it looked like, that's it. Not that much. So after this, you see all the stuff is in progress when you have clicked the button. But lessons learned, and that's the let's say a bit bad thing. You not always get an answer, an valid answer from the AI. So that was the result of the AI. So maybe you have to retry the stuff. The problem was at the domino effect. So when one fails, other fails. Maybe the connect workflow should look a bit different there to catch the errors. So mostly where no content comes back, you got an 500 internal server error. So maybe a retry would help. Yeah, the future is not bright, but accelerating, or at least it feels in this space with the AI. So it doesn't work to 100%, but it works quite well, and I think it's a very good support for marketers, and it saves a lot of time for them creating all the stuff by hand. So I think it's a very impressive use case, and what they have shown there.
Seamless evolution, also a transition from SXA to headless SXA. This was a cool stuff because they did it seamlessly. They already had a Sitecore MVC SXA page, one tenant, multiple sites, one instance of Sitecore 9 subsites, 4 microsites. And what they want to do is revamping the UI, headless architecture for sure, and they want to improve content reusability. They don't want to do it with a big bang, so they want to do it seamlessly. So they did a migration gradually, so one by one. What they simply said did. One point, XDB is not used extensively. You all know this. The customer are not using analytics or something else. So this was a good point for them. They simply created a second headless SXA tenant with a shared site. But the question was how to migrate the presentation details. I shortened that up. The trick was simply a powerful extension script to clean up the headless site, and from MVC side, they can do a migration to the headless site. It copies all the items, data sources, and migrate the renderings. This will be the most important part later. And the funny thing is, there is already a script which comes with SXA. It's called clone site. So this does all the data source transformation and so on. So now the only thing you have to take care about are the presentation details. Here's a sample, what you have to take care about. So we have here a rendering layout ID, a rendering variant, and a placeholder. And the PowerShell script should just do a mapping between those fields. You can see that here in this table. For the rendering ID, UID, no change, device ID, no change, data source. This is the clone site script. So you have to map your rendering layout of the promo to the headless promo. You have to map the placeholder from main to headless main, and the rendering variants to the headless rendering variants. So styles is also done by the clone site script, and the dynamic placeholder ID remains the same. This was very interesting. So this means for us as a developers, so if the customer decides, yeah, we want to go to XM Cloud, we can do it side by side. So they can coexist, SXA and headless SXA. Hopefully they will do that script open source because it was really fast, and with one click they transformed the page from MVC to headless SXA. This was really, really cool. The next point, buy till you die. This was also an interesting topic because this covers, I was in this session because this covers most topics of our customer with CDP personalized send, but not XM Cloud. This session was about how you can identify customers which are valuable and customers which are close to become inactive or already died. So the idea was, or the strategy is, if a customer is close to get lost, what can we do to reactivate him? And this is based on the RFM analysis. So how recently did the customer purchase? How often do they purchase? And how much do they spend? So recency, frequency, and the monetary value. Yeah, this is the solution architecture. So everything is involved: CDP, personalize, connect, send, XM Cloud, and you can see how the products work together. And the customer life cycle is about he's loyal, alive, need attention, risky, about to leave, unhappy, or lost, so dead. And CDP, he created a new segment in advanced mode with a custom SQL query. This was really a complex one where he compared orders from a specific date grouped by customers, can compare their RM values for every single customer. In XM Cloud, this can already be used as a personalized variant in XM Cloud with the custom segment condition in CDP. The connection to Sitecore Send was done using UTM parameters. And everything was done with XM Cloud personalization. So yeah, he showed the different behaviors if I'm already a known customer, or if I'm going to get lost, or he showed, okay, I came with the UTM parameters on the page, so there was 3 different personalizations of the rendering. And finally, he created an email list and then an automation where the customer are risky to churn. So this was a huge automation. So we did several loops and to check if they are going to lose, and otherwise he sends emails to reactivate them. Yeah. And Sitecore Connect at the audience export, this is simply a webhook or HTTP request, which is sent to Sitecore Send. So next topic, and we're coming close to the end. The game of publishing, I will skip that a little bit because this was, you always have to use workflows. Publishing service is only for platform DXP. Experience X was introduced. Thanks to Katharina, she mentioned at another talk at SUGDE that what could happen when you publish to Edge with several dependencies. The XM Cloud Edge publisher is in early access, so next week. So it was last 2 weeks, so it should be already available. They want to split the layout and data, reassemble at the edge, and no changes to the API or schema. This is a funny thing, yeah. They have a future vision how to publish. So, yeah. They thought about return of the publishing service, or unification or diversions, or remove the publishing completely. So as you can see at the screen, there will be probably a deployment app where you can see what's going on and don't watch boring Sitecore shops. I'm really interested about this one. Next topic, headless SXA. This was one of the best presentations. A comparison between components and headless SXA. Yeah, this was really a cool presentation. It was a battle between headless SXA and XM Cloud Component Builder by Sebastian Winter and Christian Hahn. It was really a great presentation, but it was also not easy for me to summarize this, because these are the opponents, headless SXA and component builder. So they had some rules. They want to test it against several roles: marketer, designer, developer, and performance. And they gave them a rating. Yeah. I can't summarize it because it was each role always they have 3 actions what they did, But finally, I saw the strength of a component builder. So you can do many things without any development. For example, headless SXA. If you want to create a hero banner, for example, it's just not there. So it was a 404. You need a developer to achieve that. Yeah, the problem is always if you are not able to use, or in my case, I don't have an option for XM Cloud, so I can't use Component Builder right now. I have to do it probably in headless SXA. Yeah, but I guess in this case it depends on what the customer prefers. So. But this was really a cool session. You have definitely watched the recording when they are released in the Sitecore channel. This was one of the best presentation. Yeah, then this is my final topic now. I will fly over that as well. It was by Katharina Luger and Emanuel Popescu. How we migrated 7 sites in 6 weeks to XM Cloud and Netlify. There was a robust XP platform with over 40 multilingual customer-centered websites. There was some 10.1 hosted on Azure. They had a library of shared components. Pain points was high costs, always the upgrades, migration to the higher Sitecore version, infrastructure effort. They had multiple bugs with the search components and complex processes for SSO and Okta integration. But upon the challenges they had, when they moved to XM Cloud, they benefit from Experience X and XMC personalized, site for search, XMC pages, integrating the two design system and NextJs into Netlify. And they used Salesforce forms because XMC forms was not available at this time. The way to go, they created a team with 6 developers, upgraded to 10.3. The JSS SDK was introduced, moving to headless architecture, and the platform was hosted in Azure. Frontend was hosted in Netlify. This was their timeline which they had, so this is really straightforward. Yeah, the migration was extraction and analyze of all pages, some PowerShell scripts to extract page types and components, estimation of the complexity. Then they involved the developers and content editors, testers, coordinators, and so on, creating a project tracker, execution of page and template mapping, same as we saw before with the seamless PowerShell script. Yeah. Then they started to do regular communications with dailies, weekly catch-ups with the team and stakeholders. And when the development is done, they can start with the content editing. And yeah, there was also some manual migrations conducted to fill the post-migration script gaps. So there was gaps. Yeah, and now I just want to share finally a few insights, achievements, and recommendations. So the website creation for editors was reduced by 50%. Lighthouse scores are now all over 90%. Full page loading times reduced dramatically. And here you can see some recommendations what they was faced with. So you always should, if you move to XM Cloud, use the Sitecore Foundation head when you implement your head application, because they started from a vanilla JSS application and they still struggling with this. So PNPM was also in the product. So use NPM package manager whenever it's possible. Keep everything in a repository. We also had it in another talk, monorepo approach. This is the way to go. Yeah, and setting up local environments. So finally, when I can do a short review, all the talks I was inside had the same problems. So setting up local environments, seamless transitions, working with monorepos, and so on. So that's it.
Thanks a lot, Andy. Thanks a lot, Dirk, for this presentation. I think we could clearly see that SUGCON 2024 in Dublin has been very intense 2 days and with outstanding presentations.